Championship football is coming back, everyone, and we are here for the Week 10 Championship predictions. Now, going back to Week 8 and Week 9, Week 8, that's the worst performance we have done from Week 8, guys. 2 points only. That is terrible. But Week 9, though, 11 points from Week 9. 2 bob-ons on that. So I'm happy with that. Let's dive into Week 10, guys. And we are diving in with a great game over at the Riverside on the 17th of October. Middlesbrough take on Ipswich Town. Middlesbrough. Well. They've drawn 0-0 against Stoke City. And they've suffered their first defeat of the season away at Portsmouth. So, first defeat, and they've dropped out of top spot as well. Of Middlesbrough. However, with Ipswich Town, though, they've picked up 4 points from Week 8 and Week 9. They've got a 1-1 draw against Bristol City, and they got a home win, 3-1 against Norwich City. Now, Middlesbrough will be wanting to go back to winning ways here. Also, at the same time, we are looking at the way Ipswich Town have played. They have played very good, though. But Middlesbrough are away at home, and I can't underestimate Middlesbrough with the way they've played. Can they keep a clean sheet against Ipswich? Well, Ipswich Town are slowly building back up, though. But Middlesbrough have played very well. I'm going to throw in a home win on this one. Because in the last few years, guys, Middlesbrough were not very good team, but now look at them. I'm going to go Middlesbrough to go back to winning ways. I'm going to go Middlesbrough 1-0 on this one. Don't want to underestimate Ipswich Town, but the away performance from Ipswich is still concerning. Home performance is improving, though, from Ipswich, but away performance is still concerning from them. But share your thoughts down below, Middlesbrough and Ipswich Town fans. I'm going Middlesbrough 1-0 on this one. The next game we are going on to, guys, is Oxford United taking on Derby County. Oxford United have only picked up 1 point from Week 8 and Week 9. They got a 0-0 draw away at QPR, but then they lost 2-1 to Watford. And going on to Derby County, they have picked up 2 points from Week 8 and Week 9. They got a 1-1 draw against Charlton Athletic and Southampton. That's a good result, though, against Southampton. That's really good, is that? This one here, I think this can play in the middle with these two teams. I have enjoyed Derby County a little bit more, though. But I don't underestimate Oxford United there at the same time. Though at home at Oxford, Derby County are very good. I'm going to play for a 0-0 on this one. I don't believe there's going to be anything to separate them two teams. But share your thoughts down below, Oxford United and Millwall and Derby County fans. I'm going 0-0 on this one. QPR versus Millwall. We just touched on QPR, guys. They got 4 points from their recent 2. Week 8 and Week 9. 0-0 draw against Oxford. And a 2-1 victory against Bristol City. That has stunned me, to be honest with you. Now, what can they do at Millwall? But before we do that, let's have a look on Millwall, guys. They have got 3 points from their 2 games for Week 8 and Week 9. A heavy 4-0 defeat at home to Coventry City. And a 3-0 win against West Brom. So they have picked it up there. So Millwall have picked it up there after that 4-0 defeat. They have picked up a win. Now they are away to QPR, who are very good at home. But Millwall, on the other hand, can find goals. I think it's going to be a narrow QPR win, or it's going to be a draw on this one. I have liked QPR though. I have liked QPR at home. However, I'm looking at the table right now. Oh, it's 6th take on 7th, I think, as well. Because QPR are in 6th at the time of this recording. Millwall at 8th. Oh, I'm going to back QPR. I think QPR are going to edge Millwall. I'm going to go QPR 2-1 on this one. I think Millwall will get a goal, but with the way QPR have played, I think they'll jump up into top 4 if they win this game. Depends on what happens on the others. But share your thoughts down below, QPR and Millwall fans. I'm going QPR 2-1 on this one. Southampton versus Swansea City. Southampton have picked up 4 points from their Week 8 and Week 9 games. They got a 2-1 win against Sheffield United. As for Swansea City, they've picked up 3 points. A 2-1 win against Blackburn Rovers in Week 8. And a 3-1 defeat in Week 9 to Leicester City. This one here could go either way, because I know these two teams do perform pretty well. But Southampton have got the quality in there. Swansea City did try and find something against Leicester. They only got a goal though. But now they take on Swansea City, who are pretty easy for Southampton to beat. I'm going to throw in a bonus point on this one. Well, Southampton have been pretty good, but if we have a look in the league phrase, that Southampton just overperform on teams like this. But I'm going to go all in. I'm going to go Southampton 4, Swansea City 1 on this one. I think Swansea City are going to struggle against a team like Southampton, but I think they'll find a goal because Southampton's defence has been off slightly, but I think they'll find a goal. But Adam Armstrong coming back up strong to score for Southampton. But share your thoughts down below, Southampton and Swansea City fans. I'm throwing the bonus point, 4-1 Southampton. Next, Birmingham City, Hull City. I've not enjoyed Birmingham City as I thought I would, guys. They've only picked up 2 points. A 2-2 draw against Sheffield Wednesday and a 1-1 draw against Wrexham that I predicted for Week 8 and Week 9. I'm not liking the way they're playing at the moment. They are good at home though, but against Sheffield Wednesday, that wasn't very good with that. I don't know what I'm going to say with this one, to be honest. Now, Hull City, actually, have impressed me. I'm very proud of Hull City. They've picked up 4 points. A 2-2 draw against Preston and a 1-0 win against Sheffield United. Now, Hull City usually play very well away from home, but it's been a bit slow at the time. I think they're going to have a chance against this game. I haven't really enjoyed Birmingham City recently. I'm going to back Birmingham City to lose. I'm going to go 1-0 to Hull City. I just cannot take what's going on with Birmingham at the moment. They've had a great start to the season, but it's slowly dipping away from them. But I'm going to back a 1-0 win for Hull City on this one. But share your thoughts down below, Birmingham City and Hull City fans. Next, Charlton Athletic take on Sheffield Wednesday. Still a mess though for Sheffield Wednesday, but we may be facing point deductions because they have been delaying the wages for the players. However, let's talk about the teams now, how they've performed in Week 8 and Week 9. Charlton Athletic have only picked up 1 point. They've drawn 1-1 against Derby, but they lost 2-0 to Preston. And with Sheffield Wednesday, they've picked up 1 point. A 2-2 draw against Birmingham City and a 5-0 defeat at home. They're performing better away from home at Sheffield Wednesday. At home, they're just awful. Don't like the way they're playing at home. I think there's a chance of this one, for Sheffield Wednesday. There could be a chance. But, and they do have a good record against Charlton Athletic. Yeah, go on. Sheffield Wednesday are playing better away from home. They do impress me a bit better as well. I'm going to back Sheffield Wednesday to win. I'm going to give Charlton a goal because I don't think they'll get a clean sheet. I'm going to go Charlton Athletic 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2 on this one. I trusted Sheffield Wednesday more away from home. At home, I just do not trust them at all. But they'll be wanting a reaction now after that 5-0 defeat against Coventry City at home. So Shay thoughts down below at Charlton Athletic and Sheffield Wednesday fans. I'm going 2-1 to Sheffield Wednesday. Coventry City versus Blackburn Rovers. Coventry City, top of the table. And they've picked up 6 points, I believe. Is it 6 points for Coventry City? Yes. They've scored 9 goals in their last 2 matches as well. 4-0 winners against Millwall and 5-0 winners against Sheffield Wednesday. It could increase, because in the last games, they've scored 3 against Birmingham, 4 against Millwall, and 5. Could it increase? But let's touch on Blackburn Rovers first, though. As Blackburn Rovers have picked up only 1 point. They've picked up a 2-1 defeat against Swansea City and a 1-1 draw against Stoke City in Week 8 and Week 9. They're going to get a defeat here. Coventry City are currently a point ahead at the top of the table. And they're playing very, very well at home. I think this is going to be hard, for Blackburn Rovers. And I'm going to throw in for another big win for Coventry City. I've not really... Blackburn Rovers have been okay. I don't trust them against Coventry, though. I'm going to go 4-0 Coventry City. Coventry City 4, Blackburn Rovers 0. Coventry City have just impressed me this season with the way they're playing. I nearly got their prediction right, but they scored another goal to make it 5-0. But that's how football goes, though, guys. But Shay, thoughts down below, Coventry City and Blackburn Rovers fans. I'm going 4-0 to Coventry City. Norwich City versus Bristol City. Norwich City, I am not liking them. They used to be good, but not. However, let's have a look at their last games. Week 8 and Week 9. They picked up 0, nothing. 1-0 defeat against West Brom and a 3-1 defeat against Ipswich Town here. However, we've gone to Bristol City. They've only picked up 1 point, I believe. Because they had a 2-1 defeat against QPR and a 1-1 draw against Ipswich Town. So, I think this is going to be a Bristol City win. Norwich City have been atrocious, especially at home, actually. Should I go for a heavy defeat? Or let's have a look at the head-to-head. Norwich City have had a few games where they could have won games, but got Josh Sargent, who has not been up to scratch. Yeah, I'm going to throw in for a Bristol City win here, guys. I'm going to go Norwich City 0, Bristol City 3. Norwich City have not really enjoyed how they're performing. On Bristol City, I have enjoyed them. They need to bounce back after that defeat to QPR at home. And I think they'll find the goals there at Norwich City, who have not played very well. But share your thoughts down below, Norwich City and Bristol City fans. I'm going 3-0 to Bristol City. Sheffield United versus Watford. Now, in the last video, guys, we did touch on Sheffield United. Are they going to get playoffs? Well, the answer's in that video. Just remember what we said, guys. They cannot lose another 5 or 6 games. Otherwise, their playoff hopes may potentially be over for them. But Sheffield United they haven't picked up any points. Because they picked up a 2-1 defeat against Southampton and a 1-0 defeat against Hull City. Watford have picked up 3 points, haven't they? 4 points. A 2-2 draw against Portsmouth and a 2-1 win against Oxford. Because of the way Sheffield United are playing, I think Watford will have a chance in this game. Because the way Sheffield United have played has gone downhill after when Ruben Sellers came in. With the way his tactics played out, it was more like League One football was that. Not to be rude, Sheffield United fans, but that's what Ruben Sellers played his team as. But with Chris Wilder, he does play his standards at tier 2. But I don't know this one here. Can Sheffield United turn it around? Or is it still going to be defeats? And I'm going to go down the middle, guys. I believe Watford will have a chance. I'm going to go Sheffield United 1, Watford 1 on this one. I believe Watford is going to have a slight chance against Sheffield United, who have not played well. 8 defeats in 9 games as well. is atrocious. But share your thoughts down below, Sheffield United and Watford fans. I'm going 1-1 to both teams. Stoke City versus Wrexham. Stoke City, let's touch on them first. 2 points for Stoke City, 0-0 draw against Middlesbrough and a 1-1 draw against Blackburn. With Wrexham, they picked up a 1-1 draw against Leicester City and a 1-1 draw against Birmingham. So both teams have picked up 2 points. Wrexham are slowly getting back into football now. They're slowly picking up points. I mean, at the start of the season, it was a bit of a slow start. Can they find something against Stoke? I'm going to say no. Wrexham going to score against Stoke City. There's a potential because they can score against Leicester City and all that. I'm going to go 3-1 Stoke City. I don't think there's going to be much happening except for 4 goals. I think Stoke City will carve out a 3-goal win over 1 goal from Wrexham. But share your thoughts down below, Stoke City and Wrexham fans. I'm going 3-1 to Stoke City. West Brom versus Preston. Both teams picked up 4 points. West Brom 1-0 winners against Norwich. And they had a defeat at Millwall 3-0. That's Preston picked up a 2-2 draw. Was it 2-2? 2-2 or was it 1-1? Yeah, a 2-2 draw against Watford at Hull City. And a 2-0 victory against Charlton Athletic. Preston North End are very tough to predict on what's going to happen with them. Now, West Brom will be wanting something. And I'm going to predict West Brom to get back to winning ways. I'll give Preston a goal, but I think it's going to be a narrow West Brom win. West Brom 2-1 on this one. West Brom 2, Preston North End 1. But share your thoughts down below, West Brom and Preston North End fans. I'm going 2-1 to West Brom. Okay, I believe this is the last one, guys. Leicester City versus Portsmouth. Portsmouth picked up 4 points. They drew 2-2 against Watford and the 1-1-0 against Middlesbrough. Leicester City, same, 4 points. 3-1 winners against Swansea and a 1-1 draw against Wrexham. Portsmouth are a difficult side. They are. They're pretty tough. I think Portsmouth will have a slight chance in this game. I don't know this one. Are they going to pick up any points? I think Portsmouth will grab a point from this game. 2-2 on this one. Leicester City 2, Portsmouth 2. Portsmouth are pretty hard at times, you know, especially at home. I think they'll have a chance against Leicester City to find points. But share your thoughts down below, Leicester City and Portsmouth fans. I'm going 2-2 on this one, and that brings it to the end of the EFL Championship predictions for Week 10. Share your thoughts down below, guys, and make sure you subscribe to this channel so you do not miss out on any more EFL Championship predictions and Championship videos coming up on this channel. Goodbye, guys.